about feelings. It's about feeling the sense of thrills. And I am so excited to introduce, I actually have butterflies. That's probably why I'm rambling a little bit. Our first guest is somebody who is impeccable. Giancarlo Esposito. Yes. He has been called the master of intensity for good reason. He's been on our screens for over 3 decades, giving us memorable, thrilling performance. His breakout role as Julian in School Days. His unforgettable character, Bugging Out and Do the Right Thing. The villainous Gus Fring in Breaking Bad. The ruthless Moff Gideon in The Mandalorian. And recently, the meth dealer turned businessman Stanley Johnson in The Gentleman. Journalist Drew McGarry wrote, once he enters the frame, you cannot take your eyes off of him. He is magnetic. He keeps us on the edge of our seats, and he is here today. Please welcome the incomparable Giancarlo Esposito!
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good to see you.
Oh, my gosh. Welcome to the chance.
Thank you.
Oh, my gosh.
Thank you.
Have a seat. Oh, God. First of all, I don't even know where to start the congrats because I feel like you are constantly, as the writer said, mastering intensity, and we cannot take our eyes off of you. Everything you do.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much. I love what I do, and I think everything comes out of that deep love and dedication.
Yeah.
You know, if you commit and you sacrifice everything else in that moment to be completely, utterly present, then your craft deepens. And I feel like I'm still a plebe. I'm still learning. I'm still deepening what I do because every script is something different. It's like a book that you read that brings you different inspiration. It kind of cultures something inside of you and allows you to think more deeply. And that's how I feel about the work I do.
Oh, well, we feel the same way, and you articulated it far more beautifully than I ever could have. Your new show, Parish, where you play Gray Parish, is pushed back into, this character is pushed back into a life of crime, finds his life in the crosshairs. It is, again, one of these magnificent characters that is so rich and so deeply complicated, we don't know how to feel about him on some days. Let's play a look.
What the hell is Dad into?
Before I met your mother, I led a different kind of life.
Parish. In a long time.
Am I a good man?
You think you can control everything.
That was not my fault, Gray.
I'm gonna get us out of this. It's the plan.
He needs to pay for what he did.
I had no choice.
You always have a choice.
I'm tired of being the passenger in my own life.
My heart is pounding because at the core of this show, the question is, am I a good man? Yes. How do you answer that?
You know, I ask another question, and I do it every day. Am I a good man today? I ask myself, what is my intention? Not just for me. Am I looking out for myself, or am I looking out for all of us? Wow. There is the I and the we, or the me, right? And I think the me and the us, the I and the us is more important. The we is more important.
Yeah.
So in this particular story, it's an investigation of a part of my life that was really a sad part of my life that led me to start to pepper pieces of my life into this particular show. And I think that's why it has the depth that it does. With each character I play, I try to give myself an assignment to find a way in. How can I really relate to some of the circumstances?
What was the relatability? What was the way in with this character?
For this character, it was a time in my life where I was bankrupt, losing my house, losing my marriage, not identifying with people who wanted to help me, thinking I could do it all on my own. Everything was failing. What is my way out?
What age were you when that happened?
I was 45, 50 years old.
And so at that age, feeling that you're going to lose everything. I think when you're in your 20s and you lose, you think, I have more time to regain it. When you're in your 40s, late 40s, the fear of running out of time. I think it's the Bonnie Raitt song, Scared to Run Out of Time, is a part of it as well.
What a great song,
It
too. Love the message of that song. For me, it was, I had 4 children, and how can I help them survive and have a good life? So the feeling that Gracián Parish and Gracián Parish and this is feeling is that he is not a man because he's not able to provide. Wow. And then he's not present because he's lost a son. So he's in deep traumatic turmoil. He's actually depressed. And he is unable to relate to his wife or the child he has left because he hasn't solved the murder. The murder has not been solved of his son.
And it pushes him to that point of, are you a good man? What are you willing and capable of doing when you find or feel that you're losing everything? You talked about your background, and I love that you travel to colleges around the country sharing your journey. It's almost like you're a professor adjunct at some of these universities because you do sit in front of students and share the journey, going back to the we and the intention of life and helping others. I also heard you remark about your beautiful family, and I've seen you on the red carpet with your daughters. I'm like, you have the most beautiful dates in town
There
with
they are.
you everywhere. And Ruby, your daughter Ruby, works on Parish with you.
She did. She worked in the camera department, and then she graduated from that and worked assisting 2 of our female directors.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look at the proud dad. So 4 daughters, what are the ages again?
There are 20, 23, 26, and 28.
Wow. So all under 30, one working with you. How do you have such a beautiful head of hair?
You see all this gray, don't you?
But it's still there. It's still in there. So I mean, that's a full-time job in itself.
It is a full-time job if you're paying attention.
Yeah.
What I didn't realize when I had children was that they're always tied to you, but are you always tied to them? And so I find myself absolutely adoring all of my children, but they've taught me so much. How to listen, how to speak to them, how to nurture them, how to be softer, gentler, how not to order them around. When you have a child, they're young, you have to keep them safe. So you have to tell them what to do and you ask them to listen to you. But when they get older, they become wise. And are you willing to listen to their wisdom? This is the thing. So then you start to open up and you find yourself in a new position that is more vulnerable, open, and much more congenial. It's more of a give and take relationship.